Hello, Mr. Barnett here. Today we're going to talk about equations. Equations, the easiest way to remember the difference between expressions, which is what we've been working on, versus equations are equations have an equal sign. You can think of EQUA and think of an equal sign. So there are multiple types of equations. We're going to be working with algebraic equations. Okay, so one-step equations, that's our first topic. Some of you may have seen this in 8th grade, 7th grade. We teach it continuously. It's very important. One-step equations. They're called one-step equations because they can be completed in one step. For example, you have something like x plus 1 equals 5. Okay, that is a one-step equation. X plus 1 equals 5. What we need to do is find a way to get x by itself on one side of the equal sign. It can be left or right. I prefer to do the left side. So we need to figure out a way to get x alone equals and then a number. How would we do that? It's only going to take one step. You pretty much just need to remember to do the opposite of what is happening to the x currently. So currently you have an x, you're adding 1. What would be the opposite of that? The opposite of addition is subtraction. So you would simply just subtract 1 on both sides of the equal sign. Okay? So you have x plus 1 minus 1. That's just x. 1 minus 1 is 0. 5 minus 1 would be 4. Okay? X would equal 4. You can plug that back in and make sure you're right. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Is that true? Yes. So that means you got the right answer. Very important part here is that I subtracted 1 on both sides of the equal sign. I want to show you why that's important. So picture that you have a jar of cookies. Okay? Each cookie jar has 3 cookies in it. So these 2 jars of cookies are equal. They're equivalent. Okay? If I eat one of these cookies, they're no longer equal, right? The only way to keep them equal would be to eat one of these cookies. So everything you do on one side has to happen on the other. It's very important. That's something you need to remember. Okay, so that's the addition portion. We can also have something like x minus 1 equals 5. Okay? We still need to do the opposite. So right now we have subtracting 1. The opposite of that would be to add 1. And you have to do it on both sides. X minus 1 plus 1 would just be x. 5 plus 1 would be 6. Okay? So x equals 6. 6 minus 1 equals 5. That's true. We got the right answer. Another type would be something like this. 3x equals 18. So this just means 3 times x equals 18. Okay? Multiplication. The opposite of multiplication would be division. So you need to divide by the coefficient, the number in front of the variable, on both sides. 3 divided by 3 would just be 1. So it'd be 1x equals 18 divided by 3. What times 3 equals 18? 6. Okay? So you would have 3 times 6 equals 18. You got the right answer. And then finally, we have something like x divided by 2 equals 4. Okay? So we have x divided by 2 equals 4. What do we need to do? Well, you're dividing, and you need to do the opposite. So you're going to multiply both sides by 2. That cancels out, leaving you with just x. 4 times 2 equals 8. Then you can plug it back in. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. Is that true? Yes. So these are one-step equations. Okay? There's also two-step equations and multi-step equations. We'll be going over that soon. These are one-step, pretty simple. If you need help, feel free to contact me. Thank you.